I was actually shocked by the hands, so I have to bear this for another 4 years. That's crazy. I was like that.
Lecture in Korean, yeah. This 4 years is gonna be tough for me.
I would say I found like my second family. So yeah, Handong feels like home to me.
Have you ever met someone who speaks really good English but isn't technically a foreigner? Today we have something very special. We're joined here with 3 amazing Handong Global students who grew up in different parts of the world but came to study here at Handong. So let's welcome with a round of applause. Woo! All right, welcome everyone. Could you briefly introduce yourself, starting with you?
Sure, my name is Loyal, just like the adjective, and I am Korean, but I've lived in Mexico for quite a while, and I got admitted to Handong this year, actually.
My name is Hyunjun Jung, or you can call me Paul. I lived in India for about 5.5 years and in Cambodia for 2.5 years. I have some brief experience in Korean too.
Hello, my name is Sky Kim. My nationality is Korean, but I never really lived in Korea. So I graduated middle and high school in Thailand. It's a pleasure to be here with everyone.
Yay! All right, it's great to see you all, and wow, we have such a diverse group here. And hearing just from your introduction, I can imagine that you guys can speak different languages. Could you give us like an example of Spanish?
Okay, hola, mi nombre es Loyal. Estoy aquí en mi primer podcast, entonces estoy muy nervioso, pero...
Wow, I did not understand anything, but that sounds absolutely great.
Thank you.
How about Paul, you too?
I'll speak in Hindi because I don't know any Khmer. So namaste. मेरा नाम Paul है. मैं इंडिया में 6 साल लगाता था और मैं 19 साल का है.
Wow, and what did you exactly say?
Said I lived in India for 6.5 years and then I'm 19 years old.
Amazing. All right, so moving on. Since you guys lived abroad for a very long time, transitioning your lifestyle here to Korea must be very different. So maybe if you could describe your life here in Korea in this sentence: my life in Korea is blank, and also why.
I would say my life in Korea is new. Everything pretty much, because I only got to live in Korea 1 year back in elementary school, and after that I never got the chance to live here. So every education or people I'm meeting and all the culture, like really feeling it through my whole body is really new.
I think I would say my experience in Korea has been a continuation of new experiences. So I really enjoy watching movies and going to like museums and stuff. But in Cambodia, such experiences were quite limited. So when I came back to Korea last year, I had the chance to visit like free independent movie halls or like go to the national museums, and it was such a experience that widened my perspective and all.
Now I'm very curious, how did you guys know about this university?
In my case, I have 2 older sisters.
Oh.
So, I mean, if you go all the way back to the first time I heard about Handong was when my parents, they read a book. I forgot the name, to be honest. It was
갈대상자?
갈대상자.
Ah, it's such a famous book.
So they read that and they told us, they wanted us to go to Handong. And when I actually like heard more about Handong was when my older sister, she was applying. She was preparing the documents and everything. And that's when I heard first about Handong. I was looking for a Christian university and a great community. That's why Handong became my only option.
Wow. Well, that is great because Handong is so special when it comes to a Christian university. All right. How about you, Paul?
My parents and my pastor who first suggested me to go to Handong because there was spirituality and then intellect combined, academic combined, and then 2, there were such great chances for undergraduate students. Like even like in other colleges, undergraduate students can't really go to labs of the professors, right? They don't really have much chance to interact with professors, but in Handong, it's kind of like usual, genuine. I really like that too. And then I was given some reasonable amount of scholarships.
Scholarship, yes.
And then Handong is a chance, wide open door for various international experiences. Like you can go to, it's like exchange student program is quite freely done. And then there are so many like community service chances. Like you can go to like Southeast Asia or Africa. I heard about those things. Yeah, that was huge attractions for me. Yeah.
Yeah, Handong is known for people being very socializing and very close. Like you get to really make bonds with your professors. I actually also have like meals with my professors and I really hang out with them. I go to the beaches and stuff. And also, yes, there are so many scholarship opportunities here in Handong too. So that's one of the very special things I would say. So yeah, amazing. And last but not the least.
For me, the first time I heard about Handong was through my alumni of high school. A lot of them came to Handong actually. So that was the first time I got to know, I think. And when I was about to graduate, when I was researching what colleges I want to go, I came in to know Handong and I searched up the admissions and I figured out that the whole process is very much simpler than for me than like applying to any other colleges, especially because I don't have any like the special admissions track. So yeah, so I feel like it was a good option, and knowing that it was a Christian college also was a really big merit for me. So I thought, yeah, it would be cool to come here.
As an MK missionary kid, I've been moving around cities, places, a lot. So one of the things that I really wanted but I never had was a community. I did have some kind of community, but since I moved out from the place, then I would just, stop contacting with them. And so it was, I was trying to find a community. And when my sisters told me about their Handong life, how the communities are great here, about the 세세 system and the professor's team, I really wanted to experience that for myself. So I think that's why that's the keyword, community.
I think I'm pretty similar to what L'Oreal said.
Me too?
Yeah, I think the primary thing was community that really attracted me here. Because as he said, the 세세 thing, it really makes you bond with friends even from the first week of school.
Right, yes.
Honestly, it's even before that because we have Hanst. So yeah, so you get to start the semester with people that you know. And I think that really helps me settle down in the college really easily. And also, not only the student community, but the relationships between like the students and the professors, I thought it was really good. Even after graduating, like there's just a lot of opportunities for students to come to Handong, so I really like that point.
Right. Wow, I could see that the people around you gave such a good promotion to Handong. So yes, thank you to all of the people around them. All right, so now that you're actually here, living in Korea and studying in Handong, how has it been for you guys, like the experiences and stuff? Was there any like difficulties adjusting here to Handong or anything really?
I was actually shocked by the hands. I was really shocked because you barely get any of your free time, You have to be with other people, your 세세, 24 hours.
That's true.
That was shocking for me. And then I was like, I have to bear this for another 4 years? That's crazy. I was like that. But as time went by, I met my team members, Team CC. I went to academic society. I did my club activities. And then there was really something special about Handong. I really felt that people were determined to sacrifice their time just for you. That was really inspiring for me. So now I'm really happy with my community. I would recommend other people for Handong just because of the community.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely.
My biggest difficulty, I was really shocked when I had my first Korean lecture.
Oh.
Lecture in Korean, yeah. So I was like, this 4 years is gonna be tough for me. But I think I'm starting to get used to it. And another pro of this school is that they support English lectures. I couldn't imagine me going to a fully Korean university and trying to survive there. I would not make it through. So having half of them in English lectures really saved me. And I think I'm getting on to Korean lectures a bit more because of that. Yeah.
So true.
I'm also kind of struggling with some
Korean lectures.
classes because not because I don't know how to speak Korean, but because I don't know the terminologies.
Right.
Even when they're so basic, I just don't know them so I can understand. So.
You have to always have a translation to Korean. Yeah.
So yeah, generally speaking, my Handong life so far has been awesome because of the people that I've met. They have a beautiful heart. They always try to help, and yeah, I would say I found my second family.
Aww.
So yeah, Handong feels like home to me.
Oh wow, that is such a good, wow, you're having such a good experience here in Handong. Then how about your like day-to-day life as a student? High school and college life is quite different. Maybe like, could you share some?
One of the biggest differences is that I get to be in a dorm.
Oh.
So I can just walk to the classroom like within 10 minutes. Back in Mexico, I had to, go. My dad used to
Drive you to school.
But in Handong, since I'm living in a dorm, I can, not wake up late because I have to like change and take a shower, but
it takes less time.
It takes less time and less burden.
One is that I eat yashik almost every day now.
Oh, yashik.
Yeah. And two, like I really enjoy playing basketball, and then basketball court is really near from my dorm, so it just takes like 5 minutes to walk there. So I play basketball almost every day, so yeah, that's great.
One thing I'm getting used to it is having like clubs or activities late at night. I realize it finishes really, really late. Yeah, and that kind of makes me feel like the freedom of college. We don't have a time to go back home, or we can just walk back home from the school and like classrooms. But good thing is that the lectures start later than high school, so we can sometimes sleep in. So that's saving me.
Right, and one thing nice is that you can choose your own classes instead of listening to a whole fixed schedule. Right. This brings me back to when I was also on my first semester. I think also one of the greatest thing you guys experience is trying to adjust to your college life, but I would tell you guys it's gonna be very fine after time passes. So moving on to our most important part, I think also for our viewers here, is your application process. So I'm pretty sure you guys have like different admission tracks that you applied through. Maybe you guys could share that, and how did you prepare for it?
So my track, the long name of the track is Primary Secondary Education Graduate Track. So in short, 1 to 12 graduate. Basically, it applies, the requirements are for the Korean students that have studied more than 12 years abroad. So I've basically since first year of elementary school to the last year of high school. And since I studied in Mexico, I was able to fulfill that requirement. Yeah, basically you have to prepare a lot of documents since first year of elementary school. I had to call my old schools, but fun story, 2 of them actually permanently closed. So it was kind of a miracle to get the documents.
Right.
Yeah, I managed to get the documents somehow. So calling a lot, and then also asking the professor to, hey, can you please help me write this activity report? In my case, Mexico, we don't speak English. We have all the documents in Spanish. So I had to translate it. Yeah, I had to translate it and then get the apostille. So it's a lot of process, a lot of steps to go through. And one thing that I did was make a list of all the documents and separate them by type. Either it could be by type, by like all the certificates, all the grades and stuff like that, or you can separate them by what you have to do with them. So it could be, these documents I have to translate it. These documents, I already have them translated, so I only need the apostille or something like that. One tip is, just like I mentioned, is to make the list of documents in detail. In detail. And the other thing is, bother the Handong admission team by calling them. Any question you have, just call them and hello, so this is my question, so you won't just miss anything, any doubt, just contact them. Yeah, they will help you really nicely. So
I was accepted through the overseas Korean admissions track, and that only requires 3 years of studies abroad, unlike his 12 years. And then one other important point is that you have to study 1 year high school education abroad. That's one important point. Looking back, my application process, I went to 6 different schools, 2 different elementary schools, 3 different middle schools, and 2 different high schools. And compiling all those documents from all different countries was a disastrous work for me, And another memory that I have is I forgot the apostille stamp for the Indian schools. Yeah, so I had to ask my friend who was going back to India, and then got the stamp from the embassy and got it back.
What a save.
What a save, And thinking about the tips, I think extracurriculars maybe. So I said that all my like extracurriculars was kind of focused for the philosophy major. So it would be nice for you if you have a major preset, then preparing the extracurriculars, activities, service programs focused on that major would be a really nice thing. Yeah, you would look good on the college.
I came in through the global leadership tract. And that only requires a student to study abroad 1 year, elementary or secondary, or yeah. Honestly, listening to what you guys are saying, my application process was fairly simple. I only needed transcript and a certificate of activities and certificate of graduation. Like 3 of them.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
So you had to go through all that journey of calling and stuff, but you just had to. Wow.
Yeah. Another reason why I liked Handong that comes in here is that other schools, they require you to write down like an alternative activity list if you're trying to go through the track that I wanted to go without the special admissions. And that was really troubling. And yeah, and all the way, like the gradings that they check, it's like the scales are so different from the ones that we do. Like it's not like by the letter grades, but it's by 등급, you know? So sometimes like my letter grade A would like count as like 3등급 in like college right away. So I was like, there's no way I can go into like other schools. But Handong, they like accepted all the documents just as it is. I didn't have to translate. I would say because the process is fairly simple, I would want you to focus more on your real activities that you do in high school. It's better, especially because we don't have a major in Handong University, just try like any activities that you're interested in high school. Like it's also good to focus on one, but for my activities, if I show you my activities, you guys would be like, what is she up to?
Oh, maybe could you share maybe at least one activity you did?
I used to do sport, so yeah, I was in a soccer team. But, yeah, but like some people would say like, where would you use that when you come to college, especially in Korean colleges? Like you're not gonna major soccer. Yeah, I was doing sport, but at the same time there was like academic like clubs at the same time. So, but I feel like Handong didn't really. In Handong that doesn't matter. Like what matters more is that you're eager to like do what you want to do and like find what you want to do. So I would just recommend everyone of you guys who are similar to me, just do anything you want. Yeah, but also get a decent grade. Yeah.
All right, that is amazing to hear. Before going to like our next question, since you guys lived abroad, maybe we can share like one thing nice you experience here in Korea, like one thing great. Well, if I start first, Wi-Fi is so fast here. Oh my, like back in the Philippines, I have to wait so long. Even just watching a 2-hour movie, it turns to 5 hours just to wait for it to load. And every 10 minutes, it will just stop. And the loading sign is just continuous. But here in Korea, oh, you cannot even see the loading sign. It's just pop, 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 and you're done. So that's one thing very nice about Korea.
After coming to Korea, I had to do a lot of document stuff, but everything's so fast.
Oh, that one
Yeah.
I can agree.
I go I don't know, I go to this, I don't know, what is it called? 동사무소? Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know in English. So I go and then I'm like, oh, so I need this document. I'm like, oh yeah, here. I'm like, oh, that's it? I'm like, yeah, you're free to go. I'm like, oh, thank you.
What? How long does it take back in Mexico?
This has changed. But before,
Yeah.
for example, the permanent visa in Mexico, just for you to get it, like the documents are up there, but then just for you to get the card, it took around more than 6 months, up to 1 year.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean they changed it recently, but in Korea, not even 5 minutes.
That's so true. Like service here is so fast. That is one thing nice.
I think one thing I liked about Korea is there's a lot of types of transportations available.
Oh yes.
Back in Thailand, it was hard to go anywhere outside of your dorm or the school because there's no bus, cab is pretty expensive, and so most of the time we would just hang out inside the dorm.
Oh, inside.
Yeah, I mean that was still fun, but yeah, I feel like we might have missed out a lot of like outside activities and the memories that we could have made.
That is so true. There's so many ways you can just do transportation, and even there's like free rental bikes.
I love that one.
I've never tried.
You never tried? Oh, you should.
You
It's
should
so
try.
good. It's just so good just to ride your bike around.
Yeah. One day for
Yeah,
sure.
one day. Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right. How about you, Paul?
I think I would like to mention food. So yeah, so living in India and Cambodia, like Korean food was a thing you could eat like once in a month, you know, because the Korean restaurants in foreign countries is really expensive.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Now you're in Korea, you eat the Korean foods every day. That's so good. And even if you eat the same food from Korea, from other countries, the difference in the details is like crazy. Yeah, the decorations, the taste. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I like that so much.
Are you gonna have yashik tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We should go after this.
Yeah.
actually.
Maybe all of us could just have a yashik
Yeah.
day tonight. All right. Well, also sadly, it's a little time to wrap up our session. But before we do that, maybe you guys could give some encouragement for the students who are living like you overseas, who are thinking of applying here to Handong. So maybe one by one, we can say a little words of encouragement.
I know it's a lot of documents, a lot of steps to go through. It's overwhelming, but if you go slow and steady, one by one, you'll get through it. And don't be nervous about the interview. They're so nice. They'll ask you questions. I mean, of course, you have to, prepare for it. But if you practice enough, it'll be so easy. And they do the interview through Zoom, so you don't have to go to Korea necessarily. So yeah, you can do it. Best of luck.
Handong is really a wide open door for various sort of experiences, international experiences, communal experiences, and all sorts of experiences. So if you're hesitating because you're not familiar with Korean culture, or if you're afraid of English or Korean lectures, don't be afraid, just apply. And I hope you meet in Handong.
I know right now, especially when you're senior year and trying to apply to colleges, your future might look really dim, and it's just really hard. And I know that feeling so much, and especially for those who lived in foreign country for a long time but don't have any opportunities for special admissions. I really want to encourage you that Handong is a really good place to come. And when you come here, you'll just experience so much diversity and a lot of opportunities as long as you're willing to seek it. So yeah, I would really want to see you guys in Handong next year.
All right. Wow. I really love it. For me, my words of encouragement, yes, it might be hard doing all the process and you might be very nervous or hesitant to apply to Handong, but I tell you, everything is just worth it once you come here. And I think it's also part of experience with all the doubts and stuff. Later on, you'll look back to this process and you'll be just very grateful of how you ended up here. And I would say, yes, apply. Don't hesitate, just come. So yes, fighting for every students who are applying to Handong. I hope to see you all here. And I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video might have felt the heart of Handong through your amazing experiences. All right, before we wrap up, let's say a goodbye note to our viewers here. 3, 2, 1.
See you at Handong. 한동에서 봐요.
Good afternoon. I'm an admissions officer here in Handong Global University. First, for those who are applying to the Overseas Koreans track, students who are eligible have to fulfill their 3 years abroad. And this has to include 1 year of high school. And during those 3 years, their parents have to stay with them and be working in the same country. These years do not have to be consecutive. For the 1 to 12 graduates, your full 12-year curriculum has to be done, completed outside of Korea. Verification-related documents, students can provide a high school profile and their certificate of entry and departure. Furthermore, students also have to submit a school list of schools that they have attended, which varies from their elementary to high school and must implement their semester and duration that they have studied in. Now for the overseas Koreans, they have to submit additional documents related to their parents. These documents include their parents' leave of departure and entry to Korea. Also, they have to submit their employment certificate that shows their duration of stay and residency in that country. Furthermore, students have to also submit a certificate that shows their family relations with their parents. So for documentations, these two tracks actually share a common documents. For the academics, students need to submit their elementary, middle school, and high school transcripts and enrollment verifications. Students should also submit their high school diplomas, and if they cannot get any diplomas because they have not graduated or they're waiting, please submit an expected graduation certificate or letter that states that you will graduate before you enter Handong. Students can also submit additional documents that are related to their school activities or extracurricular activities such as their exam scores, language exams, volunteer work, club activities, and even awards that they have got inside their schools. For 1 to 12 graduates, congratulations, you do not have to submit certificates relating to your parents. However, starting from 2025 second semester entries, you have to write a personal statement. Yes, this sounds very concerning and heavy. However, it is consisted of 3 questions, and these 3 questions are basically your motivation to enter Handong, your plans, your major that you want to pursue in Handong, and possibly any issues that you are currently taking an interest in. So students who are applying to the Global Talent, please note that anyone is eligible with a high school diploma. If you don't have a high school diploma because of certain educational reasons, you can take the Korean qualification exam, which is called 검정고시 in Korean. And if you have lived at least 1 year outside of Korea, or you have graduated from a high school abroad. For verification documents, actually documentation is much simpler and much more compact compared to the overseas Koreans or 1 to 12 graduates. However, you should be careful about the documents that you're submitting since you're prone to the blind documentation requirements. Students can only provide their high school transcripts, enrollment verifications, and also their high school diplomas. Please remember that you have to submit your apostille documents. These documents are only subjected to your academic transcripts, enrollment verifications, and high school diplomas. You do not have to get apostille documents for anything such as high school profiles, your parents' certificate of entry or departure. All of these documents, eligibility and specific requirements can be found in our recruitment guidelines. Our recruitment deadlines are from 7th of July to 11th of July for those applying as overseas Koreans and 1 to 12 graduates. For those applying as the Global Talent, this is from 8th of September to 12th of September. All of these information can be found in our admissions homepage and inside our guidelines. Please apply before the deadline, and I hope to see you in Handong. Thank you.